Hello makers, this is Sarah Barca of Strung Out Knits, and I'm going to show you the loop stitch used in my Wood and Smoke Shawl pattern from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers collection, Wood and Smoke. So this is the loop stitch right here. This is your loop. And it's used to create this little bit of texture on top of your work, on top of your knitting. So let me show you how that's created. So there's two different loops used in the shawl. There's a 2-3 loop and there's a 3-3 loop. So the 2-3 loop, you're going to count over 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then you're going to go down 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to put the needle in that space in between the second and third stitch. You can see your right needle on the back side, loop your yarn, and pull through. That's a 2-3. Let me show you a 3-3. So for a 3-3 loop, you're going to count over 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then down 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3, and you're not going to go through that stitch. You're going to go through the space in between your third and fourth stitch. So right there in between. Go to the back side, you'll loop your yarn. Oops. And pull through. You want to make sure that you keep this loop fairly loose and then put it on your left-hand needle. And we want to keep that loop loose so that it lays on top of our work and doesn't create a pucker when it's pulled too tight. And we want to make sure it's not too loose so that it doesn't lay nice and flat. So you can adjust that as needed. You need it to be a little looser, a little tighter. And so now I'm going to show you how we do the knit one loop together stitch. So we have our loop and we have the first stitch behind it. We're going to knit those two together so that we lock this loop stitch in place and so that we're not actually increasing in our work. So we'll knit these two together. And there you can see is your loop stitch. And if you need to adjust your tension on it, no problem. You can pull on this to tighten or loosen it. And when you work your wrong side row, just be really careful that you don't pull it too tight on the back side so that it creates that pucker. That you want to make sure you keep the same looseness or tension in that loop as you work the wrong side row. And that's the loop stitch.